I feel like in something like this, where they're making it seem like you have to run really fast, they're gonna add a little sneaky fucking... We hit a fucking data tablet or something. Nope. You know what would make this actually like 10 times more tense? If they gave you a time limit on having to get out of this. Because, like, I'm literally walking through it. It would have made this section feel a hell of a lot more tense. Instead of being like, oh no, escape the ship. Y'all saw that too, right?
Isaac, come in.
I'm here. Fuck, that was close.
Chen, Johnston, now Hammond. And I'm tracking movement from the Valor. I think some of those mutated soldiers made it on board. What about the Valor's Singularity Core?
It's covered in blood, but I got it. God, I hope Hammond was right about that shuttle.
He said it was on the crew deck, along with every unitologist on the ship and their marker. You need to... Wait, someone's opened the door near the bridge atrium? It'll get you to the crew deck, but who's left with that kind of clearance? Isaac, something's up, but we have to get that shuttle. For God's sake, be careful. We're all that's left.
Well, so what you're saying with them as characters, yes and no, but at the same time I feel like they are sticking to their characters. It's just in the original they were more commanding because your character didn't talk, so it was go do this, hey, go do this, hey, do this. Whereas this one, it's Isaac has a voice, he has a personality. He's like, okay, this is the issue, I'm an engineer, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna go fix this. And then the other two are like, okay, cool, we don't know what the hell to do, but since you think that's the way to go, let's do it. So it feels less like Isaac is just, oh, what are you referring to then? Because in the original, the two of them were still at each other's throats. Ooh. I may not be understanding what you're saying then. Y'all saw that door try to eat me, right? Damn thing tried to eat me. The fuck? fucker. That's rude. I was facing the wrong way. That's how you know I wouldn't survive. I'd be facing the wrong way of these elevators. The elevator would open and then I'd get got. I can see what you're saying. I think I missed the armor grab. Shit. Wait, I think I'm full on semiconductors. Well... sort of. I do feel like with Mercer, like, if you want the fanatical cultist, then the one that would be Captain Matthias. And then you have, yeah, which actually fits because he's when he dies, he talks to the marker and he's like, you promised that you would leave me alive. So he was scheming, trying to get the marker to let him live. He thought he could outplay the marker, and the marker said, yeah, no. We're not playing that game. So, yeah, it fits that he was more of the scheming villain type, because he was trying to kind of trick the marker into killing everybody else and leaving him alive. At least that's what I got from that interaction. Well, if you want a crazy fanatic, then you're already set with, what was it? The guy from 3. Because he was willing to commit terrorism. To break the markers free. Oh yeah, no, Kyne, it just... Well... with Kyne, I feel like what they were trying to do was they were trying to show somebody slowly breaking. Because with Isaac, he stays pretty resistant throughout the entirety of the game. Seeing as how he is... It isn't until probably, I would say, when he goes down to the mining rig. Because, or no, actually, because it wasn't until Hammond died that Isaac started to spiral. Because before that, Hammond always, as you said, was the Rock. And Hammond's like, hey, I found this shuttle, and I need the, we need to get the Singularity Core. So then Isaac's sitting there trying to get the Singularity Core and all whatnot. But then you have Kyne come into the picture, and that's when Isaac starts just falling faster. Like it went from like a gradual curve to it went exponentially faster as soon as he came in contact with Kyne and the marker. Because if he hadn't come in contact with them and had just gotten the singularity core to the shuttle, prepped the shuttle, and they had launched, there wouldn't have been as many issues. At least that's what I think anyway. And yeah, like I'm almost able to max this out. Then that. I don't really care about capacity. I'll worry about that later. But the thing is that the reason why they didn't want to lean too far in with Kyne's character, this is just my personal thoughts on it. But the reason why they didn't want to lean too far into Kyne's character is because we already have...
Isaac, I'm losing you. Something on the crew deck must be interfering with the signal.
I can guess what that something is.
If the marker's active... Shit. The crew deck is locked down, but the deck supervisor might have an override key. The last location I have for her is the gym. How long will it take to install the singularity core on that shuttle?
Not long. If no one tries to stop me.
Hurry. We can't leave the marker in their hands.
But the reason why I believe they didn't want to lean too far with Kyne is because once you've played 2, you know that we come in contact with Strauss, who is even farther down the rabbit hole and whatnot like that. So I feel like they didn't want to take his character too far down the rabbit hole because they had somebody like Strauss in the second game. Now, if that's what really is the issue, then cool. If not, then I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of a doubt. Now, am I right about it? Who knows? Yeah, no. I don't think anybody knows their motives at this point. Seeing as how... Who knows if EA's even gonna create another remake or a 4th game, because if they make a 4th game... Well, the way they ended 3, like the way they ended it with the DLC, that is... It's kind of a cliffhanger, but kind of not. Because you know the planet got decimated. You know that humanity's either extinct or on the run. So I don't know how they would work a 4th game into that. But I feel like the creators, if they really want to create more of Dead Space, they need to get out from underneath EA. Because if they don't,